Hi, this is Mike Sayers at Mechanical Simulation. I'm going to be showing some animations and plots from TruckSim involving tests that are defined in a PBS standard, that's performance-based standards. They're used to regulate what truck configurations are acceptable in Australia and in other countries, ranging from urban environments to local roads to highways to restricted access roads. One of the tests is to determine the rollover threshold. How much lateral acceleration can the vehicle take before it causes it to tip over? Well, doing this with actual cornering tests where you're going in a circle and you keep going faster until you increase the lateral acceleration doesn't work very well if you have free differentials, because as soon as you lift off a rear wheel, it starts spinning and all the power from the drivetrain goes into that spinning wheel. So instead we use a tilt table like you're seeing in the animation here. And this is, you increase the tilt quasi-statically until the limit is reached. You get the lateral acceleration is being calculated as a function of the tilt angle, and we're speeding this up to show you the how we get the limit behavior. Our next set of animations involves a low-speed tracking test that is used to characterize several forms of tracking in the vehicle. It's an unusual test in that we have to control not the center of the front axle, but the outside position of the right front wheel. You see the green ball there by the tire, and then there's another one just a little bit in front of it on the yellow dashed line that our driver model is going to follow. As we go along, we see that the controller is doing a pretty good job keeping the tracking error within 25 millimeters, which is the requirement for this test. And the point of the test is to get tracking of other points, which you see with the red arrows in there, that are also being used to generate XY coordinates for the outputs, and those are used to evaluate the results. In our last example, we'll look at hill climbing. The PBS standards involve determining what a grade is that you can go up and maintain a target speed. In this case, we start with a 6% grade and then magically change the grade to 8%. We achieve the target speed, so we change it to 10%. And then when we get to 12%, we can't achieve the target speed, so that ends the sequence, and our best was 10%. Now, we didn't really tilt the road grade. That's physically impossible. Instead, we used a little-known feature in TruckSim to tilt the gravity field. And we also tilt the skies so they're synchronized, so it looks like we're tilting the road. But it's really the gravity field that we're changing, and we're doing that with VS commands. Our VS commands here make use of a couple import variables that exist, AX field and AZ field, and we have equations up there that adjust them based on a pitch for the grade, which is based on the arctangent of the grade that we want for the road. So those are three examples of using TruckSim for performance-based standards. Thank you for watching.